Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zah back at you. Sorry if I knocked the table, but basically, before I even get into what I want to talk about today, which will be about a YouTuber that nobody on my channel made. Nah, you know what? Let me take that back because there's probably a few people on my channel actually gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Seeing that there's a lot of gamers on my channel and there's a lot of people that pay attention to social media news, as far as like the ones that like to start drama and channels of that nature. But besides that, if you see my merch in the back, for all the people that continue to purchase it, shout out to you. For the ones that are still looking to get the merch, I got everything from hats to masks to sweaters. Eventually gonna go into other things, but that's besides the point. Hit me in my DM at Zodtrece, Zodtrece, and let me know, and I'll tell you the pricing and everything and how I can get it to you as quick as possible. But that's besides the point. See, I'm gonna go into something that I'm going to talk about an individual that, like I said, some people might know about and some people might not. But I'm figuring you probably know about him, seeing that his channel is probably, I won't say the biggest on YouTube, but it's one of the biggest. It's up there. It's one of those channels that are upwards into the millions. So before I even start off on that, I'm just going to tell you, a lot of channels that are small that try to go at channels this big usually either get overlooked, or they'll make some complaint about the footage or something, so they'll copyright strike or whatever in order for you to take the video down. But this particular individual, though he's up in the millions, he just took a major hit. And don't get me wrong, this dude Keemstar, I used to actually watch a lot of his videos, but they're a little racy, borderline, a little disturbing at times, seeing that the content that he chose to speak about a lot of times was like due to mental health. And seeing that I spoke on mental health before, it's one of those things that I find repulsive if you're one of those that speak against it. Like, it's okay to have your opinion, but when you say individuals that suffer from mental health are weak and they need to get over it, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Individuals like that I tend to overlook, if simply for the fact they're just big mouths on YouTube, and they're really, in person, they don't have that same energy. Maybe if they had a gun, but just in person by themselves, they're like a chatty female, the ones that don't know how to avoid drama, so they keep talking. And this cat in particular, if a lot of you don't know nothing about him, I would go watch something. I'm not pushing people towards his channel, but I would like you to just really pay attention to this guy and see exactly what he talks about and what type of individual he is. And then you'll understand why, in a lot of cases, he's probably one of the most hated people on YouTube, because not only does he like to kick up a lot of dust as far as drama, but the dude will dox you. And what I mean by that, this dude will give out your address. He'll give out your wife's address. He'll give out your girlfriend's address. He'll do anything. He's one of those that can't take criticism. So whenever he does a retaliation on whatever individual he felt wronged them, he tends to dig deep. And that's not even the problem, because that's a major problem, because just giving people your address in general is a bad thing. But a lot of things you can look past, but it's just like this cat has made accusations such as individuals being basically child molesters, and he'll say that he has proof, but then when he's confronted with it and it all comes out in the wash, he doesn't really have anything to back it up, so he plays a sympathy role. And like I said, there's no real shot at the Keemstar, because the situation that he's in right now will pretty much set a precedent for anybody that's on YouTube that don't really understand that now, even more so now, due to all these things that's taken place ever since Floyd's death. They're really starting to come down. But if you notice on YouTube, censorship has been really big. Like, most of the videos, like if I put out the video on Epstein, it was demonetized. If I put out the things about the cops, it was demonetized, even though in the video I said that I didn't consider all cops bad. Some of them are naturally bad, and it's just the way it is. Some are taught to be bad, and some have been amongst the people so much that they know how to function, so they know there's a respect level. Don't give too much leeway, but at the same time, there's some things that you can overlook and not feel like they need to push extra hard. But like this that's besides the point. Back to Keemstar, there's going to be people that's probably going to jump on his channel because he has a lot of fans and he got a lot of haters. But if you think that I'm playing and you think that what I'm saying is unjustified, go look at H3's channel, and it's basically Nuke. I think it's Nuke Keemstar. Watch that video, and just watching that video, and he don't really need your views because he got millions, you know what I mean, of subscribers. But just go view this guy's video and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And understand, when you put anything on social media, as far as YouTube, whatever, you're fair game. So it doesn't matter whether you're a small YouTube channel or a big YouTube channel, you can still be going there. A lot of people that support him are probably going to look at this channel and be like, whatever, you know what I mean? You can, and I'll just say, like, for Keemstar or whoever don't like me, you can run me, you can do whatever. It's always going to be the same thing. You're going to find something that you probably would think that's going to work against me, as far as like records, you know what I mean, as far as like, you know what I mean, what my affiliation, whatever. But that is like a badge in a lot of places, but that's besides the point. So this dude Keemstar is one of those that he likes to incite people to not only, and this is let me just tell you, this is not one of those things where I'm just guessing. It's been proven. It's like, I'm not gonna mention the dude that died, because there was a dude I used to watch too. He's a gamer, and for anybody that knows me, know that I had a gaming channel before all this. Of course, I renamed it now, but I used to game a lot, so I used to pay attention to a lot of game channels, a lot of Twitch channels, and there was one cat in particular that came across Keemstar, and he's no longer with us. But I'm not gonna mention his name because that is that's a sore subject for a lot of his fans. So I'm gonna go ahead and just back away from that one. But I'm gonna tell you, this guy Keemstar has been so toxic in on the YouTube, and he has something else. Like this dude, like, for the people that may not understand about this fool Keemstar, he's one of those that he has like a, I don't know, I never really got exactly what it is, if it was like a drama or one of those gossip channels, but he does interviews, as far as I've been able to see. But all these interviews are either about serious drama, he's trying to degrade somebody. I've even seen things, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna put up, but they borderline racism. But we're not gonna get into that, especially due to the fact that there's so many things on the net right now that are already negative and pushing people to collide constantly on a daily basis. So I'm gonna avoid that. But this dude Keemstar has always been one of those up in your face, like not really caring whether he hurts you or not. This dude has spoke out against mental health, and not in a positive manner. Always been to call people, anybody with any type of mental health issue, weak, saying that basically if just to get over it. And I think he had made a statement along the line that if you're suffering from depression or something, in his house it's called work or get something done, or what's something stupid. But if you watch this dude channel, then you know there's always something inflammatory coming out this particular individual's mouth. And understand, like, when I made this video, it's not really gonna garnish any views. I just felt like a lot of people now, especially, was the time to rub in his face the fact that he got dropped. He had a sponsor from G Fuel, and in every video G Fuel was present in his video, and no matter what type of rants or tirades or how many people he disrespected and how many people he went at and did serious mental damage to people, they still had their product. And a lot of people, well, not even a lot of people, but there's a few people that went at his sponsors, period. They went at them so hard to where they felt that they had to pull them. And everything, all the research that I've did on this particular individual, as far as if he was still, you know, connected to this particular brand, as far as I've seen, especially on Twitter and all that, they've removed him, even his face, from their site. So and they might have distanced themselves from him now, and then later on you know, get back to him. But as far as I know, he's no longer with G Fuel, and G Fuel is one of those things. It's like almost like an energy drink, but not an energy. It's natural, especially for gamers that and Twitch streamers and people that like to be up all night gaming, and it doesn't have the same effect, you know, the negative effects that you would have if you were drinking some type of energy drink. And I'm not going to say names of energy drinks because I don't want to, like I said, anger anybody particular, because I still like to drink energy drinks. So I'm going to just leave that alone. But this dude Keemstar made a name for himself just being a straight a-hole, and that's just something that has always carried him through. And there's a lot of people that's entertained by the fact that he does go at people with no filter, but he's so disrespectful. But like I said, the reason I chose to go at it with him, and it's not even go at it with him, because an individual on the internet that could do absolutely nothing to me, I don't consider going at it. But the reason I chose to make a video on this, seeing that it's like 3 weeks old since he got nuked, was a simple fact that he likes to talk about people with mental health, and I don't like that. That's like, since I've spoke about it on my channel, I know a lot of people outside of myself that have suffered from it. So it's like, that's something that's a sore subject to me. And for somebody to just say, get over it, I've heard that so many times. People feel like that you should be a certain way because you live your life a certain way, you conduct yourself a certain way, that you should be on the up and up constantly. But what they don't understand is life is hard, you know what I mean? And it didn't take people to be incarcerated in order to get that way. There's a lot of individuals that suffer from mental health, and it's no fault of their own. Some are, got into drugs, and drugs finally eroded at their mind, you know what I mean? Eroded with all the parts that would separate, reality from real. I mean, I'm about to start getting tongue tied. It's late, you know what I mean? But I just thought that I really needed to put out this video. But the reason, like I said, I chose to talk about Keemstar is the simple fact that it should be a warning to a lot of YouTubes on what you say, and how you have to really pay attention to your content, because YouTube is at that point to where their censorship is really becoming a real problem. Any video, like, it's like money that you could have made on making like videos that were just like entertaining, but at the same time maybe slightly inflammatory, and no longer being monetized. So you're constantly struggling to make content that everybody can view, and YouTube is just like at that point right now that they're practically censoring everything. And I heard it's going to get a lot worse. There's a lot, like, I'm going to tell you some of the people that are going to suffer from YouTube, and it's probably going to come down to affect the people that make prison content, because and let me tell you why. Because a lot of people, the whole precedent behind them taking the monetization away from him, as far as like they took him out the YouTube program. Well, basically they take the fact that he can make money by running ads on his thing. They took him out of that program, so now he has to find other ways to make money. Maybe, I don't know if you can get not partnership, but do like branding or whatever. So I'm not too sure on that. But as far as like his G Fuel is gone, and the fact that he can no longer run ads on his channel, and people might see that as whatever, but if you think about it, this dude has millions of subscribers. So that's a lot of money for the videos that don't get demonetized. You just add them numbers up. He makes a lot of money. He's well off. If you've seen his house, he's well off, so he's not really hurting. And hopefully he saved up enough money to weather the storm, until either they allow him to run ads on his thing, on his channel, or he just made some savvy investments. Because as of right now, he's screwed. Like, he's basically been teabagged by YouTube. But understand the reason, like I said, I don't like the fact that he speaks on mental issue the way he does, but I just really wanted to rub in his face. And it sucks, but I'm sure all the channels that he's destroyed, because this dude his whole thing is to make inflammatory accusations, like, and he does it without fearing anything. You had the one video where they showed where a dude basically swatted somebody's house. For the people that understand swatting, it's like when you call the cops, you use a certain address, you act like you're, you know what I mean, and they run in people's house thinking that somebody is being held hostage. And it's crazy, but a lot of people have been hurt by that. This individual died, and the first thing this dude did is put the guy on his channel that was on the run and interviewed him. And, like, you know what I mean, he's one of those channels, so it's gossip. But like I said, this dude, if he even called like an old man a pedophile, and come to find out he wasn't, and then try to apologize, and then But what he didn't understand is it still followed him to that day. But it's so much about this dude Keemstar, and like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I'm not gonna show no pictures of Keemstar or show like little illustrations of what he said, because like I said, with a channel the size of mine, trying to go head up with a channel that's in the millions, you're asking to get knocked up off of. I don't care what type of situation this dude's in right now. Going at it with those particular channels, YouTube is gonna weigh it. They won't even weigh it. They'll just see 20 something thousand, some odd millions. Boom, you're done. They're gonna block anything you say about this dude. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if he shot back, but I doubt it. It wouldn't be really worth his time. It's just bringing this dude to the forefront for the people that haven't paid attention to him, and the fact that he's just a bigot. Not only a bigot, he's just a bad human being, and that's coming from another bad human being. But I'm not gonna make fun of nobody suffering from mental issue. He basically told a guy to jump off a building because. And the guy ended up jumping off a bridge like 50 something days later. He was having issues, you know what I mean? Manic. He was manic, you know what I mean? So I know about that, but that's besides the point, man. Basically, this is a warning to all the channels such as mine. Understand, they're starting to come down on the fact, if you're going at it with other content, degrading other content creators, if YouTube sets their sight on your channel, 9 out of 10, if you're trying to get any type of revenue off your channel, they're gonna shut it down. If you already been monetized and you're trying to best to keep it clean and come up with subject matter that doesn't downgrade another people's channel, because like I said, they're really starting to, if they can knock this dude ads off his channel at the millions of subscribers that he had and the millions of views that he got, just imagine what they'll do to these smaller prison channels that are starting beef with this channel or talking about this channel. You got a lot of dudes that try to come at my channel in order to get some type of clout, you know what I mean? Before you could if you put Neil Dezad on your thing, it was going to be a lot of people watching videos to see exactly what you said. People try it now and they might get 100 views. Some people don't even pay attention to them. Some might get a lot more. But like I'm saying, if you're trying to make it on YouTube, keep it clean, because if you try to do anything outside of that, YouTube is going to come down your head. Look at, and this is just to leave off so we don't go into anything else. Joe Rogan in 2021 is going to be leaving YouTube. Partially to the fact I hear is because Spotify is probably going to give him somewhere upwards to 100 million. That's just a rumor going around. But the way people put numbers up there, that could be true. That opens up a platform for a lot of people. There's a lot of competition when it comes to podcasts and things on YouTube. But with him gone, that opens up a lot of room for people that might want to try to excel depending on your content. But he's the real reason I think outside of that he wants to leave is a simple fact: all the censorship that's going down on YouTube and how intense it's gonna get by the next year. So you just keep that in mind when you feel like you want to disrespect another YouTube's channel. Just got to be careful, because if they start to pay attention, like I said, you're gone. And if you're really trying to get your channel up there, make sure that whatever content you decide to put up is in line with whatever. But anyways, I'm your boy Zod. Hopefully you liked the video. If you didn't, whatever, comment. If anybody knows about Keemstar, get at me. Let's take a conversation about it. And if you're one of his fanboys, that's cool. I'm not really disrespecting the guy. I'm just bringing to light what type of individual he is. And on that note, your boy Zod, and I'm out.